Om Namah Shivaya. Greetings from VedaVMS. Some of you might have already seen our site and know about our activities. We are also on YouTube with the channel VedaVMS, which is managed by Aaladi channel. First, we thought it would be right to start with a background of our group VedaVMS. First, we are all learners at various levels of Krishna Yajurveda. Most of us started learning Vedas after the middle age. What I mean is 40 plus. Many of us were struggling. First, we found there was a need for books in Tamil and Malayalam with good formatting. So we started making an attempt. 2 members have been making books in Tamil. Somehow, we came across each other because we were in pursuit of a software which will transliterate into multiple languages. So, informally, our books got circulated and we formed a virtual group somewhere towards the end of 2014 and the beginning of 2015. And it is by God's grace, nearly, for 5 years, this group is active. But we consider August 15 of year 2015 to be really our kickoff day. All of us follow the Krishna Yajurveda, or we are from the Krishna Yajurveda Shaka. Our members know only Tamil and Malayalam and basic knowledge of Sanskrit. We are all learning Sanskrit in this process by learning Veda or doing proofreading, etc. Our members are located in many places. Now, when we initially started compiling books, there were as many as 10 to 15 people compiling and working on different aspects of the compilation at different points of time. But as we compiled books like Achitram, Ashwamedham and Katakam, these books were actually the members who volunteered to do the job, were in need of good books for Achitram, Ashwamedham and Katakam. So some of them started learning, and many of the members who initially helped us are not active in the group. Here we consider every volunteer who has worked with us on a specific book or a subject or for a subject in a language as our member. Currently, there are only 4 to 5 members who are reasonably active. So effectively, you can say the main actions come to 3-4 people in the group. So we want you to know that currently there are enough resource constraints that we have, and we look forward to more volunteers and members if you have need for more compilations. First, our objective was to bring subject-wise books in Tamil, Malayalam. Of course, you have to make them in Sanskrit so that we can check the transliteration. We started with a trial effort to convert some of the books into Telugu and Kannada. Some volunteers from Canada and India helped us to transliterate, to check and proofread the transliterations that was done in Telugu and Kannada. We use Baraha software. Please refer www.baraha.com. It's a wonderful piece of software where you type in a code which is more like a phonetic English, more closer to what people call as the Unicode standards for letters. It builds in certain codes or symbols for Vedic swaras. Once a subject is typed in English in the Baraha encoding, it can be converted to nearly 10 or 12 Indian languages. It retains the Vedic swara codes. So Baraha uses its own standards, but they are very easy to follow. So that's where we got some help from volunteering groups and what we call as extended members. A member gets help from his friend or colleague who is learning along with him in a Vedic group. So we started with the subjects, then we went into Samhita. After Samhita, the Patapadam, then Aranyam and Brahmanam. So what they call as the Moolam we have completed with the grace of God somewhere around March 2019. As we compiled the books, we found that there are a lot of things that we learned which are so basic that has been not taught in our Veda class. It is something like McCormick's book, right? What is not taught in Harvard University has some name. So it is something similar we came across as we discussed. We were proofreading, learned a lot of grammar rules, basics about chandas, how the flow of swaras, and finally we touched upon the swara rules also. So we wanted to write whatever grammar that we have learned and that grammar as it is applied in the Vedas. Now, having achieved a certain level of output, what we now want to concentrate mainly is on the improvement of all these books and their accuracy. Therefore, we would request Veda learners, patrons, and well-wishers of our group, or new learners who have come across our group, to give more interactive feedbacks on our books in terms of comments, suggestions, error corrections, go through the articles and give feedback on articles. Currently, it is very selective and limited, but there are a handful of people, I can say 5 or 6 Veda learners have given very good feedback in Sanskrit, Malayalam, as well as Tamil from various locations. What we want is that we want our books to be improved further. Not only that, we want to share our understanding in terms of writing articles. So we learn, we share with the rest of the community, and also we grow. Secondly, we wanted Veda learning be not a barrier in a vernacular language if you are learning especially Malayalam or Tamil. We also don't want your learning to be more a rot. If you are reciting the Vedas in a particular way, it is better we know the why of it or the how of it well. As we went on reading and writing articles or compiling articles, we learned so many things which are so basic about Vedas. After 5 to 6 years of learning, or maybe for some of our members, after 10 to 12 years of learning, and we always thought, we should have known this before. The entire way we would have approached learning the Veda could have been different. Now, what is that we want to do further is, perhaps we want to come out with Jada and Ganapadam books for Taittiriya Samhita, if not full, on a limited scale. We want compilations on Siksha. What we mean is there are a lot of Siksha books like Swara Siksha, Pluta Siksha, Jadamani, which gives the rules for Jada, Jata Tarpanam, Gana Tarpanam. Then you have a classic book, Taittiriya Pratishakya, which gives various Vedic grammar rules. So we are trying to continuously study and improve our knowledge. We are putting some efforts to understand the rules, and an IT professional is helping us to program Jada and Ganapada generation using Python language. We would welcome very meaningful guidance from Vedic experts or learners who are more knowledgeable on the subject. Not only that, we would like more volunteers, especially the Veda students, the Vedic students from traditional schools. That's our Patashalas. Our references, our website is www.vedavms.in. Our Facebook page is VedaVMS, and our contact addresses, email is vedavms@gmail.com. Now, having hosted the site over the last 4 years, we have certain requests to our patrons and Veda learners, or those who are coming new into VedaVMS. We concentrate only on Krishna Yajurveda mantras. Many times requests keep coming for Rigveda mantras, which there are specific sites which provide Rigveda mantras. Even if we have given, say for example, Pavamana Suktam, which we call Punyavachana mantra in Krishna Yajurveda, we have given the version as it is available in Krishna Yajurveda, in the Taittiriya Samhita and also the part from Brahmanam. But people keep asking, you have given a shorter version. we don't understand what is the shorter version they are referring to. Actually, one of our members say the shorter means they are comparing it with reference to what's available in Rig Veda, right? This is one aspect. And another aspect is we have given Bhu Suktam, for example, one of the Suktams. As per Krishna Yajurveda, somebody who is following the Dravida Pata or what we call as the Vaishnava Patati, they follow the Bhu Sukta. The second part goes into the invocation of favors from Devi in various forms. So, somebody wrote to us saying that the way you have given the Bhu Suktam is wrong. So, somebody straight away says if something is wrong without referring to what we are trying to do. Sometimes a request comes. They say, we want Hiranya Sukta. That's what our Guru has started. But let them tell us, where is it from? If the Guru gives the reference, for example, in the Hiranya Suktam, we found the reference. Once they give the starting padams or words, we looked at it and found that, it is available in a specific place in Aranyam. This is something I want new learners to take care. You take our books and don't directly start using it. First show it to your Guru, so your Guru can compare the Padati, what approach that we have taken. And many people tend to ask, as if we are in business, sir, you have completed Krishna Yajurveda, now you should diversify into Rig Veda, as if we are a business. To be very frank, we have not even completed studying the Krishna Yajurveda. We are still learners. The senior most person is in the first part, first kandam of Samhita. One of the members who joined us earlier has just completed Achitram, Ashwamedham and Kadakam. So, the learning that we need to do and perfect the work that we are currently doing itself is a great task. Therefore, please do not ask for any material or work that is not related to Krishna Yajurveda. Typically, people tend to ask about sometimes Shukla Yajurveda also, along with Rig Veda. Second request that comes is, people normally do not go through our site in detail, especially what is required for the householders is covered in the first section, which is books by subject. They tend to directly ask for something like, sir, we want Mahanyasam. So, we have put in that Mahanyasam is a part of Shivastuti. Now, somebody sends a reference, it's another area, is they send a reference of a Sanskrit book like Achitram, Ashwamedham and Kadakam, and they say, sir, can you please mail us the Tamil version? That means the person who is forwarding or giving the link is not even giving the right reference to the site, or the person who has received the mail with the link of our site is unable to see how to use it. See, today in modern times, we use Google more than our common sense. But sometimes when you get a reference word like our site, it is more common sense to use Google so that they can find the site. Therefore, I request any existing patrons or well-wishers to please kindly give the correct reference of our site to new learners. And second, because we have loaded a reasonable amount of material in Krishna Yajurveda, people tend to ask for things that we don't have. Very funny request that came was, once in 144 years, there is a specific function that comes and it was equivalent of a Kumbh Mela in the Tambravarni river, maybe a year and a half back. Somebody writes to us saying that, sir, do you have a Sankalpam for the same? That Sankalpam is not a part of Krishna Yajurveda, it is a part of something of karma. So, please be aware that we are not Purohits. We are students like any of you. Only thing is that we have tried to analyze how the flow of swaras is, what are the grammar rules, and we are able to articulate it better. That's the only slight difference. Many times people ask books on karma, especially Abhakriya. Abhakriya is the ceremonies which are done right from the death to the 12 days. We have no knowledge of it. These are in the domain of Shastris or Pandits, whom we call, they perform. Or if somebody is knowledgeable but no consolidated record exists, we can help them how these mantras can be put into Baraha and transliterated into other languages. People ask for help from us on various subjects where we have no knowledge or wherewithal, but they don't seem to be serious in pursuing their request. Now, if they are willing to give us the source, we can always cut and paste and give the source which is available in Samhita, Brahmana, and Aranya. Certain standard procedures that are available are known to us. The special procedures which are very specific to any ceremony for that matter can be added, and we can come out with a template. Anything is possible, but people who ask for something or some subject must be sincere in their efforts. They seem to come with a problem that they don't have, but they have not come with the solution of how to make it possible. But we want to tell you that anything is possible with the divine grace. That's how we never expected we would complete the Moolam, that is, the basic Vakyam part of Samhita, Brahmana, and Aranyam in a period of about 3.5 years. But there are some positive moves also. We mostly follow what we call as Andhrapada, but actually if you see, there used to be very distinct ways different Vedic school used to follow books. Now we follow a common book. There is a good mixture of Andhrapada and Dravidapada coming in as per our talks with various gurus as well as with a Vedic Pandit. A group in Chennai, for example, its name is VedaSiras. VedaSiras group in West Mambalam, they are actively working on helping us to come with new compilations which are not in our domain. It is something like you render Upanishads like, say, Sikshavalli, Brahmanandavalli, Bhrihuvalli, and Mahanarayana Upanishad. Especially Mahanarayana Upanishad has got a shorter version that is used as a part of the Dravidapada. They are trying to help us compile, and maybe over the next 2-3 months, we will be releasing one book every 2-3 months, because it involves quite a good amount of effort. And please understand that many of the Veda learners who are householders, whatever be the location, they all have their regular jobs and family responsibilities to attend to. Let's continue further issues in the next video. So thank you for now. We'll take a break.